Nathan, how does it feel to be sitting here having guided Magpies into their second consecutive Rock Cup final?
There's a better feeling about it this year. I think last year we found momentum. We went on a brilliant run, which was a pinch me moment and an opportunity where I could experience the cup competition for the first time. And I think this year, doing it over a campaign with an extra game in there, it feels much more prouder in terms of the achievement. And hopefully we've obviously now got a second opportunity to go and obviously stamp our mark in the game.
And it's fair to say you've had a tremendous impact on FCB Magpies as a squad and a club since you took over midway through last season. What do you put this down to?
I've answered the question quite a lot really in the past, and I think it was just more of the togetherness. I think sometimes the new bounce, the new voice, the new enthusiasm can always pick up an environment, and luckily for me that worked. And then as the games evolved and came thick and fast, we got a chance to put our own blueprint on how we wanted the team to play. And we've had another opportunity this year to build a group. We've continued with them principles, should we say, and we've managed to achieve it again. So yeah, just togetherness, good energy and consistency, I think.
Very good. Talk to us a little bit about Nathan Rooney, the coach. What makes you tick? And for those who may not be too familiar with your style and approach, is there such a thing as a typical Nathan Rooney team or style?
I'd like to think that we've seen some good examples of the team. Everyone says about a hard-working group. I think we train that in abundance. We probably overtrain sometimes. I think for me, the more context I get, the more opportunity to put things right, which is just natural. But no, I do expect the team to be aggressive when they're pressing. There has to be a plan B in terms of sometimes the difference for me is actually coping with the weather. Back at home, the weather's always the same every weekend. It's either wet or it's windy, so you kind of never lose them energy levels. But here you've got to be very conscious that there's different factors. But the lads embraced it from the start, and it helps when you win the first game because it allows the group then to build with confidence. But we're an aggressive side. We've got better with the ball. I thought we were really confident with the ball last season, and obviously the goals were going in thick and fast. This year we've had different kind of challenges, but stuck to the way that we want to see the team play.
At 33, you're a very young head coach, yet you have already worked with at clubs such as Blackburn, Carlisle, Fleetwood, Crawley and Port Vale. How has this helped and even moulded you as a coach?
Yeah, I think everyone picks things up from different people. I think for me, because there's been quite a lot of clubs on the CV, it's not always been the people that you work with, it's more of how the clubs operate. And you've got to then decide when it's the right opportunity to take you first to your second head coach role. This is my second role, obviously we're 18 months in now. And I just felt that with the research of the group before I came in and the culture, I just felt that I could make a good impact. But no, I've picked up some really good things off managers. I think what helps is I've worked with a lot of foreign managers, not just British-based managers. So when you do get a chance to step overseas, you can obviously think back to them experiences, and I've done that, and I continue to do it.
And now you've made Gibraltar your home. How are you finding living on the rock?
I like it. I'm in jeans today, so I'm obviously not accustomed to the weather. But no, it's good. It's obviously a great lifestyle. It's quite easy to sell a lifestyle to players because of Gibraltar and the weather and the good people. But I've got to say, I try and sell the country off the football now. It's definitely the levels have really grown, and it's our job to try and get ourselves as high up that table, and hopefully we get this cup come this week.
And now not only have you proved that last season's success was not just a one-off, you've also ensured European football for FCB Magpies for a second consecutive season. Is the target now to cement the club's position as a regular title and trophy contender season after season?
I think so, yeah. I think once you've done it twice, I think you need to be sustainable. I think the word sustainable is obviously we don't get the gates, do we, where we can obviously earn our own income. But I think we're more attractive now in terms of, I'd like to think, local players. We've definitely got a really good list in terms of the recruitment side moving forward. And the operations behind the scene with the chairman wanting to implement the youth. Jansen obviously really sole focus on that recruitment of players and staff. And the backing of the other boardroom members in Dean and Aaron. So we've got a really good blend of people in their lane, should we say now, and it's our job now to, with the on-field results, to try and get the off-field practice as good as we can.
Mm-hmm. It's your second consecutive Rock Cup final. Does the experience of losing so cruelly last year to this Lincoln team when you were ahead for all but 2 minutes of the final make you even more determined? Or is it something that you don't talk about with the players?
I haven't brought it up as much. Hopefully probably use that as maybe a bit of motivation this week. Yeah, it does hurt. I thought the crowd was excellent as well, and I'd never really experienced the amount of fans that was here that day. And our fan base has grown, so it would have been quite nice to get over the line for them. But yeah, I think the most proudest moment last year was the final. We've taken the top team to near enough the final moments of the game. They obviously showed their gears and their levels in them latter stages. And that's something that we've got to try and get it over the line mentally. It's not just the physical and tactical side, we've got to match them mentally. But yeah, I think being here with a cup, and it's very, very proud. I want to touch it and lift it like the whole squad does. And maybe that helps the club grow even more as well. So really looking forward to it this week.
Touching upon the fans and those who came to see the performance, your performance in the final last year made many people stand up and take note of your FCB Magpies team. Can we expect something similar on Thursday?
Absolutely. There's like both teams, I think both camps have got their own little issues at the moment, little injuries here and there. But that's the whole point of having two strong clubs with big strength in depth. So I think you can expect a very strong performance from both sides. The team that gets it over the line is the one who can stand up for it for larger periods, and who wants it more when they step over the white line. And it's my job to make sure that my team has that focus.
And touching on that, as far as your team and squad are concerned, is everyone fit?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. And what about your opponents? Since Javi Munoz has taken over the reins as Lincoln head coach, they've been on fire. What do you expect from them on Thursday evening?
He's tactically very strong, he's Javi. I know the transition happened from Christmas and they've gone on the run, and I think they've only lost the one the other day. But that won't dampen their mood. They obviously want to win everything, and they've continued to do so. So Javi, he'll put his blueprint out there. I just hope that my players are more prepared than their group.
Would winning the trophy be the recognition that the squad deserve for their development over the last 18 months?
Yeah, someone said to me actually a couple of days ago that, well done for getting to the final again, well done for the European campaign, but at the same time they're just memories, and we want to have something to show for it. And I think we want to try and build that medal cabinet as quickly as we can. So yeah, I think it's more of having something to look back on as well. Sometimes you can only think back to it, but I would really, really like us all to have that winner's medal and that trophy to look at.
And are you already thinking about your upcoming European qualifying campaign, or has that been put to bed until the cup final?
No, it hasn't actually. We've been we're a bit more on the front foot with it this year. Last year it was a bit of a whirlwind. I think you're obviously extending your season with both competitions, and obviously the cup competition doesn't give you that opportunity to sit down and plan. But no, we're ahead of it this year. We've already got our focus on our targets, and we're already preparing for whatever countries pop up. But no, because I think the more you put into it, obviously, hopefully, the more you get out of it.
And lastly, a message for the FCB Magpies fans ahead of the final?
Don't get too drunk, but come and enjoy the day.